What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to probably the most fun episode of the Waterboy podcast ever until we start talking about football. Then depressed Grant will be back. But the Los Angeles Dodgers are your 2024 World Series champion. Shohei Ohtani's first year coming in, winning a ring. And he's not even pitching yet. I was getting a little bit ahead of myself after game three. I personally thought the dynasty started on the Freddie Freeman walk-off grants.
Yeah, you did kind of forget we had a bullpen game to get through first. That was your first error.
This was the other problem. Like, we were 2-1 in bullpen games so far in the playoffs going into game four that I was just like, nah, we're just gonna sweep. Like, I don't care if we logistically shouldn't sweep. We're just going to.
The only problem is Knack pitched and then Hudson pitched, and it wasn't the same bullpen game.
Honeywell died out there for us.
Yeah, okay? No, I will say
Brent Honeywell took one for the team. 50
Brent Honeywell is the unspoken MVP of this entire playoff run.
Yeah,
he is the unspoken MVP. He died on the mound for us. He's like a martyr, right? He died on the mound for us.
Literally.
he absolved our sins.
He died on the mound for us. I also want to say
Rose again.
Miguel Vargas literally cried twice a week when he got traded to Chicago for this. Miguel Vargas,
that's unspoken MVP really of the season.
Quite literally, the sacrifice to send this team. And of course, how could we forget? Ippei Mizuhara right now is in some jail cell doing cartwheels. His future from January just hit. And I guarantee Ippei threw in a Dodgers future like 3 weeks before Ohtani signed to the Dodgers, before the odds would jump, because he was definitely aware.
Yeah, he threw a solid mill on there.
Quite literally ran everything for Shohei in terms of Japanese to English communication.
Well, sorry, not actually, but yes.
Like, this is the thing. I was reading into it, like, when Shohei Ohtani first moved to the United States, like, Ippei was Ippei was
I know.
literally in charge.
It's the joke that Shohei Ohtani actually understands English.
But yeah. Like, I am kidding when I say it. Like, he's not pulling any. Maybe in 8 years he'll be pulling an Ichiro, but
he does understand some English. Like, he understands some.
Hey, he understands baseball terms in English. Okay, he can understand fastball split. He can understand that. But all of the storylines that went on this season, from the gambling scandal,
you know what,
to the injuries.
Shohei probably is at a disadvantage that he's on a team that probably speaks a mix of English and Spanish and Japanese, yes. So he's getting everything at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, last night I was just sitting there, just quite literally taking in the whole season, and I went back and just saw a clip from, I want to say, spring training or the Korean series in Seoul, and it was Teoscar with Yamamoto, real quick, like saying like Yama say like Ola or something, just some basic Spanish.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And it was just a little clip like that where it was just like, I never actually thought this it was always mind on paper the team should win the World Series, but based on the past few seasons.
No, I mean, we'll put it this way. I mean, everybody, including us, were like, look, this isn't the season. Next season's the season. Next season's the season to do it.
Yeah,
and then we had the start of the Seoul next year. We had the Seoul series, and we were like,
"Oh my god!"
Yamamoto blows. Like, he just
at the time it hurt, but I do not regret staying up till 3 a.m. to watch that start at all. It was worth it. I watched that first inning, and my life flashed before. I was like,
You stayed up till 3 a.m. to watch that game. I woke up to go to practice and caught the third inning on.
Yeah, you probably woke crazy. Up, check the score, and you're like, "Oh, it's gonna be a long year."
No, me and my friend that is also a Dodgers fan, we both showed up to practice. We were setting up everything like an hour and a half, 2 hours before practice, and we're just like, "Hey man, you see?" He's like, "Yeah, Yamamoto just, oh god, it's gonna be a long year."
Yeah, I want to do this real quick. Just some quick season long shout outs. I just want to shout out a couple of guys because, hey, this playoff roster, postseason roster, was not the roster we were rolling out all year. The guys who just suddenly came in at the end and started producing hitting for us. Of course, we'll go over the stars. That yes, yeah, well, of course, pitching, but we'll go over the star guys first. Tommy Edman, what the hell? What Tommy Edman, the past 3 weeks, it was like when I look at the past World Series teams, I always thought, of course, every single World Series champ had a crazy 1 through 5. Every single one has crazy guys at the top producing. But that isn't enough to like win. You need more guys at the end, not necessarily hitting bombs and stuff all the time, but just getting hits, getting on base, just extending innings and like pretty much getting on base to get those 1 through 4 up again more times in the game. And last night or last 2 games specifically, just Kike and Edman at the back of the lineup, just absolutely mashing. Like, didn't matter what the count was. They could be down 0-2. They could be down 1-2. Doesn't matter. Anytime they're up there, you feel good that they're just going to get a hit somehow, find a way. And you know how we've been talking forever now, like there's just no fight in this lineup. We go down 1-0 early in the game and it's like we can't come back from a 1-run lead. Like we would just sit here being like,
what Dave throws the towel in, the hitters just don't care.
We'd sit there just like
pack it up, go to the next game.
Yeah, it would just be pathetic at bats, just sitting there like striking out, looking, and it's just like, are we even trying to win? But
I will be honest, it did feel a lot like that. Like at a certain point,
Game 3 in San Diego, when we were down 2-1.
Well, there was that, but then also
our minds.
Also, it did kind of feel. I know it was a little bit different because we literally threw out like the garbage, the stinkers of the bullpen in game 4 of the World Series. But like that game, I know he threw in the towel, but it just was like you gotta try and at least be hot just to get in the next game. It just didn't seem like anything was going right. And I mean, obviously, we ended up winning the series, going off on like
I think for
even
that,
like hot hits. It got us into won us yesterday.
The weirdest part about this series is that we did not look that good. I think
show up.
I believe that as a team, we hit under 200 in this series.
I mean, Freddie Freeman is playing crazy, but like a majority of the hits and I think almost all of the RBIs came off of Freddie Freeman.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely ridiculous here. I got the box score up for this World Series, and I also just want to get out there for Baseball Reference today. I got the ask, do you want to leave cookies? I clicked yes like 5 times. I know I'm going to be re-pulling this page up for the rest of my life, this Baseball Reference page. So, I don't care if this page is like 800 megabytes. I'm just going to save that right now to the laptop because I know I'm going to be re-pulling it up. But yeah, in this series, Freddie Freeman, 1364 OPS, 300 batting average, 364 on base, 1,000 slugging right on the dot, perfect round 1,000. It was the performance of a lifetime. He tied the World Series record for RBIs in a World Series.
And would have broken it if we went another game.
Oh, yeah. That's the other thing. Like, this was only a 5-game series. If we just go to game 6, good chance he's breaking that record. But unfortunately, we did it quicker than that. So sorry, Freddie. But I don't think Freddie's very upset at all.
No.
Yeah. So Freddie Freeman, unreal. Tommy Edman, 988 OPS, 294, 400, 588 slash line. Absurd. Ridiculous. That's the stuff you like. I believe
he's also an ARB guy, by the way, right?
Yeah, yes, he is under contract for another year. Oh yeah. So the best part about the trade deadline moves was we made getting Edman and Kopech primarily. We had him for another season. Like,
yeah, I would just like
this
to say,
year, but it was also a trade to set up next season.
I said this to you, but James Outman and Trace Thompson walked so Tommy Edman could run.
Dude, this championship was for so many Dodgers. This championship was for Matt Kemp. This championship was for James Loney. This championship was for Chad Billingsley, the first ace I can remember for the Dodgers. Just going up there, giving you a mean 3.8
Also, hey, you know
ERA.
what?
Just a
He's still on
mean
the team.
3.8.
He's still on the team, but it was for Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just the from top to down, the amount of guys who deserve credit for this. So yeah, I want to go on to some unsung guys. Miguel Rojas. I know he didn't have his moments down the stretch, got
Yeah,
hurt.
Miggy.
Miguel Rojas announced before the World Series he's going to need surgery on a sports hernia. Hopefully he's doing that like next week. Take a week, enjoy it.
Hey,
We'll
celebrate a little bit.
have next week. Enjoy this one, boys. I would say though, I gave up on this team 3 weeks ago. I don't deserve this World Series, but they
No,
do.
you and I both
These
called
dogs,
for Dave
these
Roberts'
dogs
head
deserve
in the
this World
Padres
Series. Absolute dogs, every single one of them. Even Max Muncy had one probably the worst playoff series of his life. Hey, he did not get a hit in this World Series. 0 for 16, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts, abysmal. But he still had his postseason moments. Remember, guys, he broke the record for consecutive on base makes.
No, we had guys. You had guys that did not show up in the World Series, but you had them show up to be the reason why you got to the World
there.
Freddie Freeman obviously was injured
not
and
good before the World Series.
Before the World Series, and he's the reason. I would say sole reason that. Well, no, I shouldn't say sole reason. Yamamoto and Walker really are. Yeah. But offensively, he's probably the sole reason why the Dodgers were able to close out the World Series.
Yeah, and just 7 days ago, there were people considering, hey, is there any chance maybe we give Freddie a day off here or there? Like maybe.
Yeah, your dad being one of those people, by the way, you got to put a hand up.
Yeah, my dad was being one of those guys, and I'll be honest. Last time my dad comes down, he's like, to think I was saying a week ago, like maybe we should leave him off the World Series roster. My dad's like, never doubt dad's strength.
Never again.
Doubt dad's strength. All right. Never doubt. It was an amazing moment for Freddie, of course. Also, shout out right now, Teoscar Hernandez. Teoscar Hernandez signed a 1-year deal with us. Everybody called him and his agent stupid for taking a 1 year when that was your free agency contract year. That was your window to go get your big money. But in those off-season discussions, contract negotiations, Teoscar and his side didn't think they were getting the big contract he wanted, so he was willing to risk, giving up on. I don't know what the proposals were, but let's say like a 4-year $80 million or a 3-year 75 or something like that. To give that up, take a 1 year in LA and risk that big money contract and have it pay off. I couldn't be happier for him. See, like I remember last winter, we were thinking potential free agents, and I was like, I think Teoscar can add some balance to the lineup. Righty bat, hit the lefties, can balance out Ohtani and Freddie, our power lefties, with Mookie, have a pretty dangerous 1 through 4. And yeah, he lived up to it. Teoscar Hernandez, he fielded the most innings this season. He was our Iron Man. Teo was not hurt this year. He was in the lineup every single day. He lived through the whole season. So he deserves it as much as anybody for being there every single day, having to live through all the highs and lows this year. And then obviously pitching. Ridiculous. Getting Flaherty at the deadline, that kind of reignited us, giving us some hope like, hey, at least we got a big name starter that you can rely on. I know.
I will be honest. If
we did not that last night did not.
Landon Knack would be pitcher 3 right now. That would be very problematic.
Yeah, and I know it didn't work out last night for Flaherty, giving up 5 through 1 2/3, I believe. Hey, but
he was pulled in the second inning. So
yeah, that was his last appearance as a Dodger, but he went out as a champ.
I don't know how much contract money he's going to be getting this offseason because of that.
I was reading before the World Series, estimates around 3 years, $60 million. I think it'll stay around there, and I don't think the Dodgers are going to entertain
like 55, 50.
Yeah, it could dip a little down.
That game might have just cost him 10 mil.
Yeah, and it's a cruel sport. It is a cruel sport. But Walker, for some people, it's a great sport. Yeah. I want to save Walker for a slight second though.
I know.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto in his start, game 2, 6 1/3, one hit solo shot, one hit, 0.47 whip going through the Yankees. The Yankee killer, that series against New York mid-season, Yama going out, giving us 7 scoreless, his best start ever in the MLB. We were joking about it at the time, but that was the World Series preview, quite literally. And that Yamamoto start, hopefully, it's a preview of signs to come long down the line. Remember,
now
he's
look,
26.
yeah,
The
he's
Ace Yama
26.
years are like 6 years away.
Yeah. By the way,
So
he's 26. He is a Japanese championship series winner, the World Series winner, the whatever the what is the national? What's the global thing called?
World Baseball Classic.
World Baseball Classic winner and Olympic gold medalist, and he's 26. So,
oh yeah, a lot of I also believe I think it's like Yama, Miguel Cabrera, probably Barry Bonds, Ted Williams, and Babe Ruth are the only guys to win the Triple Crown. So MVP, Cy Young, or Silver Slugger, those awards. But he swept all the awards in I know it was Japanese Baseball League, but
still did it. Still did it.
Yeah,
there's some great players in the Japanese baseball.
Those awards. Yeah, hey, and all I'm saying right now, Corey, you ask any scout right now, and they're saying Sasaki's better than Yama. And if that's the case,
guess where he's coming.
I look forward when you come home, Roki. Look forward to. Yeah,
there's also no way Dodgers just won a World Series. They have the 2 biggest Japanese stars on the planet right now. There's nowhere else for you to go.
Every single up and coming prospect in Japan right now is 1,000,000%.
Screw the farm system. Japan is just the Dodgers farm system.
Yeah, and hey, I remember I was talking to your roommate who knows a little bit more about Japanese baseball, Dodger involvement there,
very
asking him about
Japanese baseball fan.
Just a very big commitment after signing Ohtani and Yamamoto to like really, really establish Dodger specific involvement in youth Japanese baseball and just setting that emotion in from an early age that you want to pitch for the Dodgers one day. That's going to pay off in the long term. You might not see those benefits today. Well, you might see them in like a year when Roki signs, but in 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years from now, they might be paying off even more so. So, we're making a lot of moves right now for long-term and short-term, everything involved. But also some other dogs real quick out of the bullpen. Alex Vesia, absolute dog. Oh, my God. I didn't realize that Vesia's fastball is like the most disgusting pitch in the MLB, but it is. It doesn't dip at all. It's quite literally perfectly flat, so it has a rising effect. And yesterday, the amount of, or just this whole series, the Yankee hitters just swinging under fastballs, taking massive daddy hacks and just whiff. That's all that fastball. That's all that pitch. That's all the pitching staff, everybody involved. And even specifically Blake Trinan, giving us 40 pitches last night.
Yeah, what I know Walker walked out and he closed.
We're gonna get to him.
We're gonna get to that. But Blake Trinan is the MVP of last night's game. Without him going 40 pitches deep, there is no win last night. We're still in the World Series, right?
And when I think it's also came in the 6th.
He came in the 6th. He pitched in the 8th.
I was sitting there like, I don't know what we're gonna do the rest of the game.
I legitimately was like, Dave. Then I saw that Walker went to the bullpen, and I was like, I sent this to one of my friends. I said to that roommate, by the way. I texted him and I was like, if Dave walks Walker Buehler out onto the mound this game, I'm gonna be so pissed because I'm like, if we go to Game 7, like he's not gonna be able to go deep.
Well, I get what you mean,
it didn't matter at a certain point. But this is when we were down like 2 runs. I'm like, dude, like
I feel like I mean the emotions when we were down 5-0, Everett, the thoughts going through my, like I was just saying there, where it's about to be the first time in the history of this sport that a team up 3-0 will let the other team take the series back home. I the thoughts going through my head and just knowing that it's baseball, that this is the
Streaks.
story writer fairy tale sport where magic happens. The thoughts going through I was like, I can't even think right now. I literally was thinking I'm not gonna sleep for the next 2 nights, just knowing history has already been made, whatever happens.
Yeah. I think,
And
by the way, the Dodgers did also make history last night. I think
they did.
that
They are the
comeback
only
was, yeah.
team in World Series history to come back down 5+ runs and clinch a World
Now,
Series.
I just want to say it's incredibly ironic because every Dodger fan knows the Dodgers for not being able to, they don't have a fight in them. Like they never come back and do anything like that. And this season,
And
ironically, apparently the regular
yeah.
season, we did have the most comebacks wins, which
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like kind of
This
surprised
year
by.
I was feeling a little 2017 juice. I was like, wait, we're like coming back this year.
It doesn't
Like
feel like it, but we
scrappy
were.
wins.
We were.
Yeah, no, I mean it's just I'll never forget. We were rolling out lineups with Kevin Biggio and Nick Ahmed. And I just remember sitting there just like, I've never wanted Max Muncy back so much in my life. Oh my God. Like just anything going through my mind. I couldn't think. I just couldn't possibly think. Like this year, this is just funny. But I remember us sitting here telling each other, like, hey, we've had a month with Biggio, 2 weeks with Nick Ahmed, and the team still won 98 games, won the West, first seed in the MLB. Like, our organization can withstand injuries. You look at the Atlanta Braves now, Strider and Acuna going down are those are two biggest
Kind of
pieces
different.
of the
A
team.
little bit different.
But hey, the Atlanta Braves had the Cy Young winner this year in Chris Sale. Guess what that got them? I think 88 wins and a first round wild card exit.
Yeah, I do also just want to mention Shohei Ohtani. Like we'll have to get into this, but Shohei Ohtani did essentially nothing.
Hey, and that's why he
And
needs
he
to
was hurt.
pitch.
He was hurt,
Because he
but
can
yeah.
have an off-hitting series, but he can always
But
produce as a pitcher.
it's also for anybody being like, oh, you guys spent all this money, like that's how you paid for championship. Okay, the dude we paid for did nothing to influence that one.
The guys who won us this championship were Freddie Freeman, I'll admit, true.
But
Tommy Edman,
yeah.
Michael Kopech, Blake Trinan, Walker Buehler. Those are the Yamamoto was disgusting. Don't get it. That 350 that was worth it.
But that's also a little bit different than the Shohei Ohtani. Nobody's in the same boat. But all right, I need to let you have your moment though for your baby boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then
this.
we'll go over the fifth inning and wrap up a baseball year. But Walker Buehler last night, just baseball. It is the most fairy tale, boring old man sport ever, where you can write books about it, and you could write a whole chapter on one at bat. Just the full circle moment. So many things involve Walker coming in last night. My first thought when I saw him up and moving in the bullpen, I was like, just took me right back to 2016, Clayton Kershaw closing out. 9th inning against the Washington Nationals. The flashbacks I was having to that moment, seeing our ace go out there and have his moment. It was beautiful to watch. And Walker this season putting up the worst season of his MLB career, not even close. Awful year. I think like a 5 ERA. Velo down, can't find himself. Nothing's working. Losing confidence in himself. No stuff. Nothing works. And then postseason rolls around, and by way of other starter injuries, no Glasnow, no Stone, losing all these big name starters, no Kershaw, of course. Walker was thrusted into a postseason starting role that you ask him 6 weeks ago, he was probably concerned he might get DFA'd from the team for Justin Robleski. Okay, like that's where he was at mentally about 6 weeks ago, and then to be thrusted into a playoff pitching role and just dominating. Absolutely electric. In the World Series, 6 innings, 2 hits allowed, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, no runs. Walker added point 0.5 0.5 wins with his 6 innings, which is a lot for only pitching that little. Uh, and he went out there and did what Walker does. I will never forget 2018, Game 3 of the World Series in Dodger Stadium, down 2-0. Walker Buehler goes up there and absolutely shits on Mookie Betts and the rest of the Red Sox. 7 scoreless. Dog. Rookie year. From that day on, I knew, hey, there's some things analytics can't track when it comes to baseball. We love Moneyball, don't get me wrong. But there's that dog factor that, doesn't quite show up on Baseball Savant. But
I just have to mention one thing because I saw it today. Jonah Hill's character in Moneyball is he's responsible for the Deshaun Watson trade. So, anyways,
also he took over as Dodgers GM. He only offered Adrian Beltre 3 years, $30 million. He signed, I believe, with the Rangers for like 4 years, 45. So he cheaped out like $1 million per year.
Yeah. Anyways, doesn't always tell you the full story.
We're not here to destroy Jonah Hill. Yeah. All right. Ricardo Rincon, the trade of all time. I love how they forget to mention the MVP season they had and some other guys on the team. And yeah, like their 3 starters with sub-3 ERAs, no mention of them in Moneyball. Yeah, they helped. Yeah, it wasn't just Chris Pratt who got you there. What are we talking about?
Who made one hit that he had?
Oh God. But Walker Buehler, full circle moment. Now we'll take back a little story. Apparently it's the 6th inning, or before the game even. Before the game even started, apparently Walker texted Dave Roberts and Andrew Friedman, who, I wasn't quite aware of how involved he is on like day-to-day basis in the playoffs, but yeah, I guess he is quite involved with any DL roster moves. So apparently Walker texted Dave and Andrew Friedman, I'm good. I'm available tonight. And like, I don't think they took much thought into it. They're like, dude, Flaherty's what are you talking about? You relax.
Yeah, fine.
That wasn't even like a thought for either of them, but Flaherty gets pulled in the second. We are quickly back in a back-to-back day 2
burning pitchers
right back to where we are. Oh yeah, and we were cycling through them like it was nothing, and none of the early bullpen arms had it.
None of the high leverage guys.
Brusar got absolutely screwed on a 3-2 sinker that was a strike.
The ump was just bad universally.
I think it was just the ump. Hey, it's a human aspect, and I think the ump was just like, I want to see a good baseball game.
He just hated the right side of the plate. I don't know. It was just the right side of the plate was a problem.
Yeah, messy, but bad. Just not the greatest appearances from our arms, and then Tryon comes in, goes crazy. Dave Roberts going out there, that mound visit, that mound visit I'll watch for the rest of my life. That 20-second clip, I think I watched that 18 times last night.
He was kind of doing the Jim Harbaugh almost, just the double tap pat.
A little bit of
Jim Harbaugh in there.
Herbert quarterback warm up pregame. Going out there, asking him like, do you want it? And Tryon says, I want him. And just A-Rod and Jeter, Big Poppy, they were talking about it after the game, but that's a move that I don't think Dave Roberts makes 5 years ago. 2018, there's no way Dave Roberts would waltz out there, get showed up by his reliever and leave him in. That just would not have happened. But Dave has evolved as a manager. He has grown. He has improved.
He single-handedly evolved more this offseason than I have seen him do in the last 4 years.
I'll keep saying this, but I will die on this hill. Dave Roberts' managing performance against the Arizona Diamondbacks last year was the most impressive managing performance I've ever seen in my life. Unfortunately, his bats fell asleep.
Grant, Teoscar Hernandez, after the game last night, when asking about his free agency, stated, The Dodgers will be my number one priority in free agency. I will do whatever is
Yeah,
possible to
yeah,
return.
yeah, yeah. Hey, him, I'd love to have him back. Don't get me wrong, that'd be
I don't
amazing.
think it can be a long term contract though. It's gonna have to be like a four.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be sick if he came back. I love him for life, Dodger for life.
Yeah,
But
it seems like you change your tune a little bit on him then.
objectively speaking,
There's some other things going on the Dodgers need to address first.
I'll think about the offseason next episode. Okay, I'll think about the offseason.
Hey, off season's already open.
Let's enjoy the World Series real quick. Well, offseason, my mind already thought the second the game ended and they panned over to Juan Soto, I was like, can Andrew Freeman take a walk over there and just
Yeah, you
like
walk
slip
over there right
him
now.
like,
Isn't
hey,
it?
3 years, 180. Whoa.
Yeah, hey, you sign right now. You can walk over here, celebrate with us. Just sign the contract. You come with the trophy.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was saying. But also, immediately after, hometown kid, Corbin Burns tweeted out the eyes emojis.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah,
I was like, there would be nothing more devious in this sport than if the second the World Series ended, Jeff Passan immediately tweets breaking. Corbin Burns is signing with the law. That would have been the most Dodgers thing of all time. The most Dodgers thing ever. But
breaking. Dodgers trading for Aaron Judge. It's like what the fuck.
oh, don't want him. I'm good. I'm all right.
Yeah, no.
Don't.
After that, I think we're okay.
We need to get into that fifth, but I gotta walk out. Leaving in Trinan, that was a moment I'll never forget. And then, of course, Walker in the ninth. Walker going out there delivering, and I also just want to say this: it was a perfect full circle moment, that last at bat. Walker Buehler going out there, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, and guess who's up at the plate, Everett? Alex Verdugo, the key man traded for a pretty notable guy on this team, Mookie Betts. Just baseball writers are about to have a field day with the storylines they have with that last at bat. But Walker Buehler striking out Alex Verdugo, who was on those 2017, 2018 teams that made it to the World Series for us. He was on those playoff rosters. That full circle moment. And, I kind of forgot about this detail, but after Verdugo was traded, he was very mad that the Dodgers traded him. And when asked about the Dodgers 2020 ring, he said, well, it's a 60-game season. Who cares? It doesn't matter. He was saying all these things. Verdugo was quite angry that he left or got traded from the Dodgers. Dodgers didn't want him anymore. Instead, we got this guy, Mookie Betts. But strike him out. Seeing that look on his face, watching all of his boys celebrate, that I know it hurts deep down, and I'm happy it does, Verdugo. You're a piece of shit.
Hey, I want to know what Machado's face looked like when the Dodgers closed that one out too.
Yeah, I also want this on record. Machado, there's a clip going around after he signed to San Diego. He's in Dodger Stadium, and there's a Dodger fan chirping him, saying, Manny, congrats on your new contract. You just bought 10 straight years of vacations and Octobers. Enjoy, man. And Manny turned around and said to the fan, I bet you 10 grand we're going to win one before the Dodgers do. Right now it's 2-0.
Is that an enforceable contract?
Gentleman's agreement. Jersey contract from Jersey Boys. Handshake, Jersey contract. Yeah, no, I'm not sure if that one's enforceable, but oh my God, just how satisfying it is and it was quite literally the gentleman's sweep. We gave them their one win in a bullpen game with Ben Kasparius as the second player in the history of that league to make his first ever start in the World Series.
The few Yankee fans that I'm friends with, one of them,
and I'll be honest, everybody
was a response.
Was at least 5 Yankees fans in their life. Everybody
was. To be fair, I did on my Instagram story post the championship and overplayed New York on it. So I did deserve some DMs.
Good. No,
but one of my friends DM'd me and was specifically like, one, why did you have to do that song? And I'm like, that's our song now.
Two, well, why are you asking me that when it was your stadium? When I right watched the highlights, New York was in the background. I didn't decide that.
New York played when the Dodgers won. Just FYI.
And
two, they were like, I'm gonna be honest, I would have rather I would have rather just been swept than winning that one
Yeah.
game.
And to
Like,
lose in that fashion, I mean, hey, real quick for Yankees fans, this one sucks because like these games were winnable. You should have won game one. All right. Should have had game one. Games 2 and 3, you were pathetic.
yeah,
Awful.
I just got a
Atrocious.
text message from DJ, our first ever podcast guest, by the way.
Mhm.
Um, he just sent me an article. He sent our group chat an article saying 12 arrested in Dodgers celebrations last night, and responded with it.
That's
He's a
it.
Celtics fan. Well, he was like, we weren't even this bad. Like when the Celtics won, I'm like,
Dude, who
very different
cares when the
situations.
Celtics won last
Dodgers
year?
just
The
built different.
Celtics winning
Obviously,
last year was the
obviously,
most.
we are never supporting anybody who actually doing something that ends up with them getting arrested.
No, no.
But like
Yeah.
Dodgers celebration, it's just different.
Hey,
It's
like,
different.
it's just, the 2020 World Series.
It's different when you earn the championship. Let's put it that way.
The 2020 World Series. I was listening to some Dodger streams last night, and it is from a fan perspective, but I was kind of bought back into why is the 2020 Dodgers season so discounted. Uh, Now people forget this, but in the 1981 World Series, Fernando Mania, that was a lockout year. There were only 90 games played that season, but I was not even aware it was a lockout season until last night. Nobody discounts that. Nobody discounts that World Series. And NBA lockout years, 2005,
It legitimately is the impact of fans, the impact of
social media, COVID,
social media,
Twitter.
COVID,
That's
people
what
having
made
COVID.
it.
Like that is what the big difference
and
is.
Alex Verdugo. Thank you. I can't believe he said that. I can't. He knows how passionate Dodger fans are. I mean, dude, you create an enemy for life.
That's also why it's a little bit different in the bubble, because everybody was isolated. Like baseball for that season, there was no isolate. Like you were just, it was like they did a normal season. If you got COVID, great. Yeah, I mean, you'll cancel maybe a game or two and come back.
But nobody discounts that 81 World Series, 2005 Spurs, the Spurs dynasty. Hey, guess what? The 05 championships. That's the start of that's a big piece of not the start of the dynasty. They won Twin Towers 02 or 03, Duncan and Robinson, but that's counted for that dynasty. And, it's got to be 3 and 4 years. I feel like in baseball that extends to 3 and 6, but if we win next year, that's dynasty. That's 3 and 6, 2020, 24, 25. That's 3 and 6.
So you're
if
counting
we win
2020.
Yes. No, in 30 years from now, people won't discount it. Right.
I mean, I also think that
the context. I
mean,
yes.
Look, to be fair, we were also playing the Astros that year. So in the end, with the World Series,
not 2020. We got Tampa, but Tampa was
it was Tampa.
Kevin Cash, Tampa that year was nice. Okay, I don't want to hear it. Snell and Glasgow.
Tampa played the Astros that season to get to the World Series. I think maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
So by the way, everybody had to play the good teams.
Hey, and 16 teams made the playoffs. Hey, people forget Dodgers had to win 13 games to win that World Series. I believe
I'm not arguing for or against it being a quote unquote Mickey or Mouse ring. It's objectively.
That's why this felt so. But that's why this is so rewarding. Yes,
it's validating
because hey, full 162 game season, nobody can say anything to discount this.
I do want to end. Obviously, we're looking forward. We're looking forward to a Dodgers dynasty beginning.
Yeah.
10 years. As long as that Yamamoto contract's running, we should be in the middle of a dynasty when Freddie Freeman should be retiring when the dynasty is going.
Still continuing.
Still going. Yeah.
Yes.
But I want Freddie Freeman should have 2-3 more rings before. I don't know how much longer.
At least
I can't remember.
One more. I believe 3 more seasons after this.
Yeah. But Grant, I do kind of want to, as we move into the NFL, I want to ask this question. Yeah. Before the World Series started, you and I were debating whether or not Shohei Ohtani gets the 1 ring. Is he, we're talking the 1 ring to rule them all, right? Is he unanimously the greatest?
This was the greatest season ever.
Greatest season ever, right? But I'm not talking about that argument. That one objectively, that one's fine.
Conversation.
I'm talking GOAT conversation. And to be honest, I think we before we're like, okay, he gets a ring. Yeah, he's objectively like it's neck and neck. Like you have a substantial argument for to be there. I think because of the performance in the World Series and it being so lackluster from the expectation,
Yeah,
you can't make that
little stain
argument.
on it right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
fair,
I
fair.
think
Hey,
you go back through he need like if he stepped up and he was making like it doesn't have to be home runs, but he's getting hits. I know there's a little
yeah,
asterisk. He was
people are
hurt,
like,
like
"Oh,
his shoulders
hey, I'll
shoulders
be
messed up.
honest. If you're
But
playing, it's fair game. If you're
yeah,
out
if you
there
decide
batting leadoff, I don't care what
and
they. Freddie had a
also
banged up ankle. That didn't matter. There's excuses.
obviously obviously it's still Shohei Ohtani, hurt or not. It's going to make a difference in the way
Yeah.
you approach the pitch, right? It's not like you're DHing. I don't know who our DH would have been at that point, like Kike, like CT.
I have no
Like
idea
I
because
don't know.
Shohei has DH'd every game this year, so I have
Yeah, like
no
I don't
idea.
know. It'd probably be Chris Taylor, unfortunately, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
or Teo, and you put CT in I don't know in left. But look,
Who knows?
I think that obviously made an impact, but because he wasn't objective, he wasn't making the plays
Yeah,
himself. It has a little stain. I think that
yeah.
you
For
got to
him
get this next one.
personally, it's a little stained, but
You got to
you
get
know,
this next one.
saying it all year, but we paid him 700 million for a reason. He has to pitch next year.
Yes.
Um,
No. Yes. 100%.
because
And
hey,
I did have
you could have
real
a
quick,
50-50 season, and guess what? Everybody can just fall flat in the series.
real quick. I did want to say
Can
this.
always contribute.
I got this stat the other day. This is Babe Ruth and Shohei Ohtani comparisons through their first 674 career games. Okay. Babe Ruth, 159 home runs, win loss of 35 and 18 in his first 455 career innings pitched. Shohei Ohtani, 160 home runs in his first 674 career games, so more home runs by one in the same amount of games, and a win loss of 35 and 19 in his first 455 career innings pitched. So literally exact same stats down the board through the exact same margins. So
I don't want to check this because I think Babe Ruth was quite younger than Shohei when they had racked up those same stats. But also you got to remember Babe Ruth was hitting at this place called the Polo Grounds where right field was around 180 feet, Everett, I think. Yeah. Yeah. I think around 180 Polo Grounds to right down the corner. So
yeah, I also will be honest. I was fact checking something on my phone as you were saying that, so I didn't exactly.
No, you're all good. But
said.
Yankees, I love the short porch.
A Will Smith has now won the World Series for the last
five straight years.
Yeah. So, anyways, but let's move on to the NFL.
So
we'll move on to the NFL. We're probably gonna wrap up with this. I don't really know how much you really want to talk about college football. By the way, Halloween, the Wumbo is back. Check out Tulane football tonight. All right, we are the game.
Oh, the jerseys,
the Wumbo
hard.
The Wumbo is back, and that is the one
Mincy
helmet
retweeting.
4 years.
King of the South.
One helmet my entire time here that I have always wanted. And I saw that the other day. I saw it before it was announced. Like I was just in and I was looking at it and I was like, oh, I'm so happy. That's gonna come into the NCAA game now because it's a new helmet. And I'm just gonna that's just the only thing I'm using.
And EA's been pretty good on the new uniforms.
Good about updating new things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at this week's game slate, Grant. We both went 11-5 last week. This is per what you've stated. This is the week that I should be shitting my pants.
This is the turntable week.
This is the turntable week. So we will see if this is really a fresh season or not. I currently have a 4-game lead, I believe.
Yeah.
And
you know what? While I'm here, I might be over 60%.
I am over 60%. I'm at 63.2.
59.4. Okay. One more week.
A positive week this week and you'll be good. Positive week.
The goal is always 60% win rate. I made that very clear from the start. We're picking money lines, not spread. So 60% is the hit rate.
That is the sharp number.
Because it's money lines, we are going at 60% hitting rate or else I wouldn't be giving out these picks. Only do it if they're good. That's what grandma used to say. So
yeah, I mean, if you combine us together, we typically get like almost every game per week. The problem is it's the games we separate on that draw question marks.
Yeah, it's been a nice past 2 years for the reigning two-time over here, but October Halloween game. I don't know why I said October 1st. Halloween game. Texans at Jets. It could be extra spooky for this one, folks. That might be a close your eyes, hide game tonight. Is Tank Dell the only receiver on the Texans? And
Xavier Hutchinson
Mechie?
and Bobby Trees. Bobby Trees is there.
Robert Woods. Shout out Robert Woods. And my brother met him earlier this year. Bobby Tree's going to have a game.
Jesus, Grant. Hold on. I feel like every wide receiver your brother met earlier this year has been hurt at some point this season. That's somewhat problematic.
When's Nico Collins back?
2 more weeks.
Is there? Do you have a? They must have.
So
a bot,
real quick. Up. Your brother met. Stephon Diggs was locked in his hotel room. He was not free to leave.
He did not meet Stephon Diggs. He just noticed that he was never with the team the whole week.
Okay. Yeah. So they just okay. But your brother met Nico Collins, Tank, and
Bobby Trees, and I believe he said some guys on defense. But
it don't matter. We're talking about the wide receivers. That's the only one because I'm just looking at the injury issues right now.
No, he your brother specifically met to Robert Woods, Nico Collins, and Tank Dell.
I'm just saying, Nico got hurt. Tank was hurt to start the year. If Robert Woods gets hurt, Grant, your family just has a curse on any players. Yeah, 5th round pick for you. Just meeting a player is the issue for your brother.
To anyone out there who says fans don't specifically impact the games, you're a moron. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you haven't met Grant's family.
Yesterday when I was downstairs, Everett, I'm not lying. I put on my Kemp Nose shirt at the start of the 5th inning, and I was like, I got to play my part. That's on me. Those first 5 are on me. If I don't play my part, how can I expect my boys
I just want to say the other week, the first series, right? I was banned from watching the games. Like I was not allowed. I was banned from watching first innings. This series, if I did not watch like the first series or whenever I did, they also scored. But
I came back in. Were watching that first inning last night when Judge came and you were turn it off.
I was out at dinner and I saw the TV on and I just saw it. I was like, all right, no, whatever. Not looking at it. I got home. It was the 5th inning when the rally started. That's when I turned the game on. Rally started. We won. Doing my part. My part.
Hey, but all right, everybody has to play their role. But okay,
let's get into this week's
Texans Jets Halloween Thursday night. Gross. Sunday morning.
Yeah, watch Tulane instead.
Literally. Early slate. Cowboys at Falcons. I guess that's the Deion Sanders game, right? Shit.
I guess. Yeah.
I don't know how else to label it. How there's any connection between them two. Dolphins at Bills. But yeah, it's gonna be the same old Josh Allen just shitting on the Dolphins once again. What do you expect? Raiders at Bengals. Oh, gross. Chargers at Browns. Oh, that might be a football game with Jameis. That's not as easy as I thought it was 3 weeks ago. Patriots at oh my god, this is the worst week of NFL I've ever seen. I have not made the picks yet. I'm just reading through these.
Yeah, Grant. By the way, Grant's taking a new strategy. He literally wrote them down. Did not make. What the is this? Just reading my!
We have Saints Everett. What the?
Grant, I'm going to call you out though. I'm going to call you out on this. You didn't do the game slate times. You haven't.
I just said early slate Sunday morning.
No, I did. You've been getting into the 325 games.
No, I haven't. Commanders Giants 10 a.m. Saints Panthers 10 a.m. Jaguars Eagles where it starts.
I didn't hear it.
Once again, trying to read over the NFL games. You're always lost in the sauce. You're always lost in the sauce.
I didn't hear you say early slate.
All right now, got to be on the ball. Commanders Giants gross. Runaway. Saints Panthers hide. This is your weekend to go get the Christmas tree,
You
the
gotta go apple picking again.
for Thanksgiving. Go apple picking again. Yeah, pumpkin patch. You got one more weekend, I guess, of it. Broncos, Ravens. That's an awful football game too. I just realized it's deceiving that they're both 5-3, but that's Jaguars. Everett. This is actually the worst week I've ever seen in my life. We're now into the 1 o'clock. Jaguars, Eagles, disgusting. Bears, Cardinals. Give me the under on that game. Lions, Pack. All right, Lion. Now we're
Jordan
talking.
Love is hurt.
We're getting into it. Oh, I saw he was practicing today. That boy's getting
Okay.
2 4 shots. He gonna be playing Everett. He gonna be playing. This is a big game. He's gonna be playing. Rams Seahawks. That's a football game, low key. And no, it's not. No, it's not. Seattle's offense is atrocious. Colts at Vikings. Sunday night. Everett. Yeah, you're a 5-point favorite. Yeah, I like you. And then Bucks Chiefs. I guess a Super Bowl rematch in a way, but nobody's gonna think about that angle.
All the players on the offense, I think, are out besides Tristan Wirfs from that Super Bowl.
Literally, maybe Cade Otton was like third string tight end that year behind Gronk, and your guy Rudolph, but I don't know.
Oh, I forgot Rudolph. No, I think Rudolph was next year. I don't think Rudolph was that year. I don't know. I think Gronk retired and then Rudolph came in.
That could be.
All right.
But yeah.
Give your picks.
All right. How are the Jets favored in this? Texans. What? I'm not thinking twice. Texans.
Boom, boom, boom.
Falcons, Bills, Bengals, Chargers have to pick them. Drake May's out. Titans.
Go with your gut.
Commies, Saints, Ravens, Eagles, Cardinals, Packers, Seahawks. No, Rams. I'm picking the Rams.
You go with the initial bid was Seahawks. That was the Bacall. I mean,
yeah, no, I can't give out a Bacall right now. Not without JSN does not deserve a Bacall yet. Vikings to cover and Chiefs.
Grant, we have two differences.
Okay,
I honestly thought we were gonna have
those down real quick for me, so I remember them for next week.
Your two differences just was, yeah. Your differences were you took the Titans, and then I don't remember what the other one was.
Maybe I went Texans.
That was not it.
Falcons, Bills, Bengals. I don't think we'll have any differences there. Chargers, Titans. I think you can catch me on a Chargers week this week if you pick the Browns. I low-key think you can.
I already got my answers. My answers are locked in. I'm not changing what I got.
Yeah, I'm just writing these down real quick. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You going Lions? Is that a difference?
Texans, Falcons, Bills, Bengals, Chargers, Patriots, Commanders, Saints, Ravens, Eagles, Cardinals, Packers. I had an asterisk that Jordan Love plays, but I'm a man of my word. I'm going to take
He's playing.
I'm going to take the Packers. Rams, Vikings, and Chiefs. So maybe it is only one difference. Maybe I misheard something.
I'm on Titans. I think that's the
it might have been you picked Seahawks and switched to Rams. That was going to be the other one. So I think it's just one difference this week. Horrible games.
Yeah, I'm starting to pick up a little bit of a trend here. That's all right though.
What?
Well, I've been a big pro in the past. I do not care what you pick. I'm making my picks. I'm sticking to them. I'm thinking I'm picking up on what's going on here, but that's all right. 4-game lead, only one differential.
I don't know what you think's going on.
Just one differential next week.
I have all
maybe
my game.
I get two.
I have a review. Hey, unnamed intern. Review the film. No, review the footage.
There's no way to track this though.
My hand's been nowhere. You could actually.
There's no way to track this.
I do this in a spreadsheet, so you can track my history. But it's fine.
It's just there's nothing I can verify.
I did this. Go in there and just I have witnesses. I did this. Well,
the only witness is yourself.
No, the witnesses are I have some.
Well, unnamed intern doesn't exist, so don't say that's a witness.
Whoa! He definitely exists. He definitely that's slanderous to him. He's gonna
Uh,
take offense to that.
well, actually, no. I think he's actually gonna. I don't think he likes being called unnamed intern. I also
He
don't even
talks
know if
about
he
himself.
knows that he's an
No,
unnamed intern.
he's brought up to both you and I before. He's like the unnamed intern has been
Maybe to
doing some
you.
work for the. No, he's explicitly brought it up when I've been around. I've heard it from him. He's like
Well,
called
sure. When
himself
the
it
three of
before.
yeah, that's
He's
his one
called
end.
himself it
That's his
around
one
me.
end to the pod.
But
Also, the Unnamed house where we've recorded the most in-person episodes together. Yeah, no, he is.
that is very true. That is very true.
He's
Yeah.
our
He's the
our
producer
podcast
in those
booth.
ones. Yeah, yeah, he is. But no, I do actually have witnesses that watched me do this at a time. I probably shouldn't have been doing it because it was during a class, but don't act like I said that at all.
Okay. Well, we'll look into it.
Anyways,
I think I haven't. Yeah, I'm starting to pick up.
I'm not gonna. Hey, I'm not gonna go in here and be like, yeah, I'm gonna take the Raiders over the Bengals.
No, I'm not saying
What?
that.
Like,
I'm not saying that.
no, that is what you're saying. You're saying I should objectively go and change my answer.
No. But
Fine. You know what? We can
I'm
switch
just
the rules. That's fine. We can switch rules. The winner can go first every week from now on. That's fine.
no. That's not how this works.
No. If you're gonna complain, we can do that. That's okay.
No. I'm not going to complain. I'm
No,
two-time
you just
champ.
complain.
I
It's
feel
okay.
pretty
We can
good.
do it.
I'm 59%
feel
right
great.
now, and I'm not
If
even
you
hot
feel-
yet.
If you feel
I'm not
great,
even in
then I
my
don't want to hear any whining.
Well, I'm starting to notice something.
Hey, if you feel like that, then we could switch it up. That's fine. But I have these things locked in.
All right.
What?
Okay.
What do you mean? All right.
All right.
All right.
There's
Man.
no way I can verify that. Hey,
You can verify it.
Oh,
Hold on. Let me
okay.
see. Can I go to history on here? Yeah, version history. See version history. No, I'm fact checking you right now.
Let's screen share right now. Let's get it out and open. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to talk,
Here, hold on. Well, you know what? I'm texting you a picture of it because I can't. If I turn my laptop around, I might risk disconnecting everything.
We're gonna text. I can edit it in, but
that's okay.
Is there any specific games we want to go over this week? I would say game of the week's 100% Lions Packers. That's the only game that turned my eyes when looking at this slate for the first time right now. That's the only one. Bears Cardinals, I guess, is more of a pick 'em 50-50, but I don't care. I don't care about the Bears and the Cardinals. Who cares? Bears are dead after last week. Tyreek Stevenson, oh my God. Matt Eberflus also came out. DJ Moore was criticizing the Bears offense a little bit, and Eberflus, I think, called out DJ Moore, saying, keep it in-house. Don't criticize a team publicly. Yeah, I don't know how Eberflus is still employed.
Did you also see Ben Johnson wanted the Bears job?
No,
the OC of the Lions wanted the Bears job.
I did not see that. I did see though, just the Eberflus things going on, and it's sitting there and listening to the Chicago fan base sit there and say Justin Fields is the problem. Justin Fields is awful. Caleb's gonna save us, and you really sat there after last year and thought Eberflus is okay. There's a reason the Chicago Bears are the most dysfunctional franchise other than the New York Jets in the NFL.
Yeah, you should have some evidence right now, Grant. Just for reference. There's timestamps on there. 10:27 a.m.
We go. There is.
Documented.
Okay.
Verified.
Okay. Fair.
I
just in the past one time you brought up, hey, I mean, if I'm up 5 games, I'll only pick one. I remember you said that one time, and I was like, Everett, we don't do that in this league.
That might have been year one. That might have been
play by sportsmanship.
That might have been year one.
No,
but no, the most
explaining it to me, I was like, you just slapped me in the face with a turkey.
The most. I think we were in a hypothetical argument about it. The most impactful game, there's probably 2 really, but Lions Packers is
probably
game
of the
most
week by
game
far.
This week. Rams Seahawks is probably the second most, just because it's nobody cares about Dolphins.
Shocked if the Seahawks won. I would be.
I would be too. But it's also Lions Packers. Like, if the Packers win this, technically they become the number one seed. They haven't had a bye week. And
Yeah,
I think
they would.
if they win and the Vikings win, it's a three-way tie
Yeah.
for first
So
place.
if Packers win, they will be 7-2. Lions will be 6-2. And assuming Vikings beat the Colts, they'll be 7-2. So you'll be 7-2. Packers will be 7-2. Lions will be 6-2. So yeah, you'll be three-way tied.
Will we be 7-2? I think we only have 5 wins.
Oh, 6-2. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You'll be
So
6 and
they'll be 7-2, but they have a bye week and assume. I mean, Vikings about to go through pretty easy. Like I said, if we lose,
Oh, is this your nice? Oh yeah. Hey.
no problem.
That's the other great thing. 5-2 coming off 2 straight losses. You're a little like, oh, Jesus Christ, pick it up. But the first 5 games, that was your hardest stretch of the season. You came out undefeated. So
yeah, like if you told me before the season that through week 9 we would be 5-2, I'd be like, there's evidence. There's documented evidence that I gave a record prediction. I said I think we were gonna go.
Keep going. Let me try to find that quickly.
I think we were gonna be like 1-4 through the first 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So if you told me that, I'd be like, I wouldn't. The only thing is the goalposts moved because we started off 5-0. So now, technically, because we started off 5-2 is a little bit worse, right?
Yes.
But if you told anybody that, they'd be like, "Oh my God, we're going to win the NFC North." The only problem is every team in the NFC North just decided to come play this year, which
great, I'm taking a look. You predicted the Vikings start the season 2-3. They were 5.
Yeah. Hey, I was being realistic at that point of the offseason. Yeah. I think I ended up saying we would go 8-9, and we were going to lose the last 2 games of the year, just kind of crash out.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
There was a lot of wiggle room. Where we could have been 10-8 instead of 8-9 or 10-7.
You went 8-9. You got back-to-back wins. You got a loss to the Titans on there.
That was a surprise one.
Football game. I think you guys are gonna win that football game.
That was I need to have a trap game in here, and I'm gonna have to give it to Tajay. All right, like hey, I gotta I'm gonna give it to anybody, we give it to Tajay.
Yeah, but wow, this is a very week of NFL football. I guess it's all right that I didn't do any prep because the Dodgers won the World Series, had other things to prioritize. Beautiful. Absolutely.
I think there's no other better way to wrap up the episode than that. So I know you're looking for something. I don't know if you're going to say something.
No.
Me. So, but yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, raise 5 stars. You can find us. Brock Bowers is on pace to break Puka Nakua's rookie receiving record, by the way.
Quick little Brock Bowers shout out, folks.
I just saw that. I just had a tight end is on pace to break the rookie receiving yard record.
All I'm saying, there's only one tight end I've ever seen who runs jet sweeps at Georgia with Ladd on the team. His name rhymes with Doc Dowers. So, yeah.
But with that one, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Raise 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram at WaterboyPod. You can follow me around on Twitter at Everett6 and at WaterboyGrant. We post 2 new episodes every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms. So make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode. We also post exclusive content on TikTok and on Instagram. So make sure to check us out there so you don't miss anything. With that, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Daughters World Champs, baby. Waterboys out.